Hello guys, today we have this vacuum cleaner from LG. It is a 1800 watt and this vacuum cleaner has a problem with the shutdown itself after 20 minutes, 10 minutes. VC3318 UNTR. This is 1600 watt, maximum is 1800 watt for the full power. And if you have this problem, maybe there are several possibilities. The first one is this machine has a thermal fuse inside, so it will protect if the machine is overheating, so it will shut down itself from the thermal fuse. If they are reaching a specific Celsius degrees, and it will shut down itself for protection, for melting or for burning. And the second reason is from the clogging. You need to check all the filters. You need to check all the filters here and also here in the power control. If the position like this, it will close the nose and it will automatically shut down the machine. And you need to open up like this to make the machine running. And also there are a caution warning here. It says that if the vacuum cleaner suddenly shut down due to clogged filter, blocked hose and full dust tank, please clean the filter or hose and then empty the dust tank. Please use again after 30 minutes. So yeah, after you are cleaning this filter, you may need to wait. The machine is cooling down because it has also a thermal fuse protection inside. And number 3 reason that causing your vacuum cleaner is on and off and sometimes is totally off, totally dead, is from a failing components. Usually inside here there are 3 main components: the motors, the thermal fuse or thermostat, and the capacitor. That's the 3 most important parts inside this machine, and I'm gonna explain to you. I'm gonna open this. I'm gonna check one by one the 3 most important parts and how to check the parts with multimeter. And also I'm gonna explain it to you why the suction power is getting weak over the time. It is not only from the clogging filters, but also you need to check the vacuum chamber inside this machine. There are rubber around the motors that's getting deteriorate, and it's make the sucking power is getting weak over the time. Okay, let's open this machine and let's get started. First we need to unplug the hose. Press like this. And the second step is we remove the front filter here. Just press this. And this is the front filter. We can open this clip. And yeah, you can wash the dust storage. Maybe I will try to wash this with water. And this is for the down filter. This is for the down filter. You can clean this with water also and make it dry totally. Or you can clean with the high pressure air duster. You can remove the clogged dust here. And also this hole is also important. This is hole for the suction to the motors. And after air coming inside, it will going out to here. This is the backside filter that we need to clean also. You can press like this down and open. And the next step is I want to open this machine totally. I want to see is there any clogging area inside. You can use a long screwdriver like this. Oh, also we have screws here. If it's too hard to open, you can use this WD-40 and spray a little bit to make it easier to open. And maybe I'm gonna use this screwdriver, this minus screwdriver. And here we have also one screws here. And this is the motor. We can see there are a damaged rubber. I can feel it's hard to move. Maybe it's because a clogging dust inside. Okay, after I'm spraying the motor with the WD-40, I think now it's getting smooth rotation, smooth spinning. This rubber is deteriorate because very heavy vibration. This is the motor. As you can see, there are some rubber debris. This is deteriorating rubber that may go inside this hole or this hole, that making the motor stuck or not moving. So this is the most common problem that makes the vacuum cleaner is not working. There are some stuck dust or rubber debris inside here, or hair or something that we need to clean. So I'm gonna try to clean this and let's see how it works. Okay, after I'm cleaning this vacuum cleaner parts, this is the inner organ of our vacuum cleaner, LG vacuum cleaner, and this is the main motor. This is the main motor and this is the thermostat. This thermostat will protect this machine from overheating or melting or starting fire in your vacuum cleaner. As you can read here, it is written 95 and 85. So it will cut off itself. It will cut off the electricity after the heat is reaching 95 degrees or 85 degrees Celsius. So it will protect the motor. So what causing the motor is getting heat is because sometimes it is clogging or stuck. If the electricity keep running in the stuck motor, it will generating heat. So this thermostat will protect this machine from burning. And if you want to check this thermostat, it is working or not, you may need a multimeter like this. Usually make a resistance test. This is the symbol omega. This is the symbol omega. You can do a test from both legs. It will showing 0.2 or 0.1 and close to the 0. If it's showing OL, open loop or open lines, then you need to replace this thermostat because there is no connection between two cables here. So this is how you test the thermostat. And the other things here in this machine, we have this small blue box. This is a capacitor. Most of the device with the motors need capacitors. Sometimes it's called a running capacitor or starting capacitor. We have a writing here, but it's very small. You can take a picture of this and make a zoom and this one also may cause the motor stop working if the capacitor is broken or is leaking. You can test also with this multimeter. This is the symbol for the capacitors. So this one is now omega. Now I'm switching to capacitance tester, NF nanofarad. In this capacitor, it's showing 220 nanofarad, 220 N or nanofarad. You can check the both legs, this one and this one. It says 209.5 nanofarad. So actually this capacitor is already leaking. It's supposed to be 220. If the value is below that stating on the body from the capacitor, then it's been leaking, or the capacitor is not in the full capacitance anymore, and this time maybe you need to replace this capacitor. Or if you have a reading 100 or 150 nanofarad, it's definitely you need to replace this capacitor because it's already leaking. If the reading is showing above 220, for example 225, 227, it is normal, because some of capacitor or resistor have a tolerance value. If it's not far from the value stating from the body, it is okay. For example 230, 227, that's okay. The most important is it's not showing below the value or showing OL. It means the capacitor is short or blown or damaged. You need to replace. This capacitor is very important to starting the motor. So if the motor is good but it's not running, you may check this capacitor first if it's leaking or the value is below the normal value. So if the machine is running on and off for less than 5 minutes, 10 minutes, it's off by itself, this capacitor may also the problem because of the leaking capacitor or damaged capacitor. You need to replace. You can find this capacitor online from eBay, AliExpress or Alibaba. You can type the value 220N, or you can ask to replace it from the authorized LG service center to replace this capacitor. And also here, this is a brush motor. There are a brushless motor also. This brush motor need a 2 carbon. This 2 carbon, and over the time, the carbon will getting thinner and thinner over the time. So here inside, the motor will touching the carbon. Here, this surface will touching the carbon to generate rotation. So if your motor is suddenly stopped and not running, you will need to check the carbon is still touching the surface or not. Or if the motor is stopped working, maybe you need to replace the 2 carbon here. And the next problem that most vacuum cleaner facing is the suction is getting weak. This is the problem. As you can see here, this is our suction hole. So from here, the motor will suction the hose here. The motor will suction the hose through this hole. Either the filter is clogging here, or the motor rubber is getting deteriorate like this. Because the placement of the motor is like this, it will seal the chambers here, the vacuum chambers. If the rubber is loose or deteriorate like this, it will make the suction power will reduce or weak. So you need to check also the rubber, this one. If the rubber deteriorate like this, maybe you need to seal again with the rubber silicone or buy a new rubber mounting for this motor with exact diameter and exact size. And the other possibilities that making the vacuum cleaner stop working or totally dead, maybe from a simple problem, this power socket. Inside there are a fuse you can open with a screwdriver like this, minus screwdriver you can open. And you can test with multimeter with a continuity test. This is the symbol, diode and continuity test. The fuse should be having a connection or a beep. See, we have a beep here. It's showing that the fuse is still good. If it's not beeping, the fuse is already blown. You need to replace this. Okay guys, thank you for watching. I hope this is help and you're enjoying this video, and thank you for your subscribe and like. It will support me making more videos in the future. Thank you very much. Terima kasih and bye bye.